Hello YouTube viewers, welcome back to my channel. I'm sreetips. Today what I'm going to do very quickly is the two sources of gold that I had out there waiting to be processed. One from the jeweler's scrap and one from some carat scrap that I had refined. What I'm going to do is go out and process that, and we're going to pour it up into some small bars of pure gold and offer them for sale on my eBay store. But first, what I'd like to do is please, folks that are contacting me through my eBay channel, eBay frowns on using their messaging system to do general correspondence like that, especially if it's for offers to buy, sell, or trade something off their site. So unfortunately, I won't be able to answer any questions that are presented to me through my eBay site. My email is available in the channel description on my channel. You can see it right at the top there. Just go to my channel, click on About, and there's my email. Second, I've got another anode bar here. This is Sunday night. What is this? 23 September. So I'll be listing this for sale. And then last but not least, I've got a bar here that I poured for Martin Fernandez, and he was the first one to correctly post the stoichiometry for the work that we were doing. Back then I asked for some assistance from folks to get that stoichiometry posted, and Martin Fernandez was the first to do it. Here's his bar. I'm going to get that shipped out for him tomorrow, Monday, the 24th of February. Okay, here we go. We're going to process that gold and pour some bars. All right, here I've got the jeweler's waste. I've got the other gold that I'd refined from some carat scrap. I redissolved it. I'm going to pour them both through my funnel down here now and filter all the solids out of these. I'm going to combine them in one flask. Up here I've got some ferrous sulfate on, dissolving, and I'm going to use the ferrous sulfate to precipitate this gold. Okay, I've got the jeweler's gold going down through the filter there. This is the other carat scrap that I refined. And I'm going to go ahead and dump this through our filter now. Combine both solutions. Here we go. Here is our pure gold solution. It's been filtered. Filter looks nice and white, which is what we want to see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the solution into a large beaker here. And I'm going to precipitate the pure gold with the ferrous sulfate. Making a mess. This is about 3 dry ounces of pure gold here. Here we go. I don't know if you can see that real well or not, but the gold is forming crystals in there as it precipitates out with the ferrous sulfate I've got some more ferrous sulfate preparing up here. I put 2 doses in. Gonna get a stannous test on this. And as you can see, we still got gold in solution. So we gotta continue adding ferrous sulfate until we get the gold precipitated. Okay, I'm gonna move this beaker out of the way. And we're gonna put a larger beaker in its place. And I'm gonna transfer the solution now into this larger 4-liter beaker. And then we'll continue the precipitation. Here's a look at the gold that precipitated out. I'm just gonna rinse everything down into this big 4-liter beaker and continue the precipitation in here. Okay, here's Hoke's book again, page 46. And I'm thinking we got about 3 ounces of gold in solution. 3 ounces of gold is 60 pennyweight. For each 50 pennyweight of fine gold that you expect to recover, you need about a pound of copperas. So that's why it's taken a lot of copperas to drop the 60 pennyweight of gold that I have in solution out there. That's why I had to transfer it into a larger beaker and continue to add more copperas. Third paragraph, it says pour the copper slowly into the gold, stir, magnetic gold will appear as a dark cloud. Let this settle some hours or overnight, and then you'll find your gold at the bottom of the dish in the morning. And that's what I've done here. This is our solution. I've allowed this to settle overnight. So now what we're going to do, I'll pull it up off of here, and I'm going to get a temporary waste container here, and we're going to pour the waste solution off of our gold now. There's no fumes here. That's one nice thing about copper. You don't have a whole bunch of fumes. But we do have a much larger amount of waste. It's got to be treated. Here's our pure gold powder down at the bottom of the beaker. Done a stannous test on that waste, but I forgot to do it on the camera. I'm just going to reach down in here and get a little bit of that solution that's still in there with the gold that we haven't rinsed off yet. We'll do a quick stannous test to show you that all the gold has been dropped out of that solution. Gold out of our large beaker here into a smaller beaker, and then we're going to rinse it off real good with some hydrochloric acid. Some hydrochloric acid here, just a little, and we'll rinse the gold off and pour that rinse off into our waste container here in the back. Rinse the gold, it's better to do many small rinses over and over rather than larger rinses. This will reduce the amount of waste that we have to deal with and keep us from wasting our acid in these rinses. Notice that it's settling quickly. This is a good sign. This looks like high purity gold here. We've already already tested this solution with stannous. There's no precious metals in there. What I've done here is I've got a few crystals of ammonium thiocyanate down here in my spot plate cavity. I'll reach down in here and grab a little bit of this solution and put it on there. If this has got iron in it, it'll turn blood red when I put the solution on the ammonium thiocyanate crystals. Here we go. As you can see, it turns blood red. That tells us that we've got iron in this solution and no precious metals. I've had about 20 hydrochloric acid rinses there. As you can see, it's still got a pale yellow color to the waste solution that's on the gold. I've used 1 liter, almost 1 liter of hydrochloric acid to do the rinse. Now I've got to put some of that stuff out of my temporary flask up here into my stock pot to make some room in my flask. Now, the nice thing about ferrous sulfate is it does not have sodium metabisulfite fumes in it, and so I won't get gagged over here with some sodium metabisulfite fumes, and then I can continue to rinse. And what I'm looking for is I want that gold in my beaker to be absolutely colorless. Right now it's still got a little bit of a yellow tint to it. I'm going to pour this rinse off into my temporary container here now that I got some room. We'll just keep rinsing with more hydrochloric acid rinses until our solution is absolutely colorless. Okay, we got the hydrochloric acid on there. Got it on a light boil here. I think we finally got the junk out of there. It's looking pretty good. So our next step is to pour this off as waste, and then we're going to redissolve the gold another time. I'm going to take this down off the heat now. Let it cool down. Go to the next step. Alright, our gold looks really good now. After that hydrochloric acid boil, I'm going to pour this rinse water off now to our waste container. Rinse it off with some distilled water here. Notice how quickly it settles. Pour this rinse off. Set it up here on the stir plate, and we're going to dissolve this gold one more time. We're going to add some hydrochloric acid to this to about the 300 milliliter level. And now we'll turn the stir plate on, add some heat. Add a little bit of sulfuric acid here, just a couple of drops to make sure that we don't carry any lead forward into the next process. Just a few drops of sulfuric here. Now I'll add some concentrated nitric acid here to form aqua regia in the beaker and dissolve this gold a third time. going to throw a clean filter in here. It'll fall apart completely, and it'll help us when we go to filter the solution. Our solution's been on boiling now for about half an hour. You can see there's just a little bit of material left under there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some concentrated nitric acid in here, very little, about 1/4 of an ml. And we're going to slowly, drop by drop, add it in here. Took about an hour. Just about got everything to go in solution. Got a little bit of material left over here, but I'm not going to go chasing after that and get a whole bunch of extra nitric acid in there. Let this cool down and get ready to filter. Into the funnel now. I've got a little bit of gold left in the bottom of the beaker. I'd rather have that than a whole bunch of excess nitric down here in my solution. What I'll do with that little bit of gold that's in the bottom of the beaker is I'll put it back on the heat back here, dissolve it with some aqua regia, and then add it to my gold chloride solution in this bottle and save it for a rainy day. Filter is nice and white. Got a bunch of trash in there. Solution is crystal clear. What we're going to do now is we're going to pour this solution into a larger beaker. SO2 gas generator. It's full of sodium metal bisulfite. I've added some water, distilled water, to make a slurry out of it. Up here I have an addition funnel. It's full of sulfuric acid. And then we've got a delivery tube that comes from the gas generator over here to a wash bottle. It's full of sulfuric acid. And the SO2 gas will bubble through the sulfuric acid, and any steam or junk that's in there should come out. And then we'll hook a delivery tube up to that flask with a glass tube on the end. We're going to stick that down in our gold solution and precipitate our gold with SO2 gas. This is Hoke's book, page 57. A couple of points here. Up the top it says most workers report that they get purer gold with sulfur dioxide than any other precipitant. That's one thing we want to take note of. The procedure for the process starts down here at the bottom of the book, or the bottom of the page there. Right here it talks about simply bubble the gas through the solution, one bubble at a time. I'm not going to be able to do that because I'm using a gas generator. It's going to be hard to control the amount of gas coming out of that thing. Down here it says the length of time required will depend upon the quantity of solution you have, the amount of gold it contains, also whether you removed all the excess nitric. Normally it takes about 45 minutes to throw down 10 ounces of gold. I've only got 3. So it's probably going to take somewhere in the neighborhood of a half hour, 45 minutes. Next point. Usually the trouble is the liquid contains too high a concentration of acid. Let's see here. One remedy is to add water to dilute the liquid and reduce the concentration of the acid. Another is to add pinches of sodium carbonate, a very small quantity at a time, stirring well. When the acid concentration is right, the dark cloud of precipitated gold will appear promptly. The time right now is about 20 minutes to 10, 9:40. Got my generator all set up here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the flow of sulfuric acid slowly. There we go. We got gas coming through. Let's see what happens. $9.46. This is working pretty good. The gold is starting to accumulate down there. I've got a decent drip rate going on in my gas generator here. And we're making some SO2 gas and precipitating this pure gold. Add some ice here to cool the solution down. It does look like the solution is becoming a little bit lighter, meaning that the gold is coming out of solution there, which is what we want to see. Water here like the book said to do, and see if that will help out here. There's still water going in right now. About 10 after 10, 8 after 10 or so. This is looking real good. I'm going to reach down in there with a paper here and get us a status test. This is what we got on there right now. We still got a little gold in solution, but most of it's come out. That's fantastic. You can see here where the gold is caked up on the outside of the delivery tube there. Pretty neat looking. The gold is building up down here on the bottom of the beaker. This is going to be very high purity gold here. Very nice. Alright, we got about 10:17 right now. Stick a paper down in here and get a little solution on it. We're going to do a status test here and see where we're at. Bang! Man, all the gold has dropped. That's fantastic. This reaction is complete. I'm going to take, shut the acid flow off to the gas generator here. let's go ahead and get our delivery tube out of here. This beaker, just kind of let it rest in there for a while. Now what we'll do is I'm going to cover this up, and we'll just let the gold settle out. The time is 5 minutes to 11. I came out here and I looked in the beaker and got treated to just one of the most wonderful sights I've ever seen. Crystal clear waste solution over some very beautiful caramel colored brown gold sponge. I think this is the best looking gold I've ever seen ever since I've been refining for 10 years almost. It's just absolutely gorgeous. All we got to do now is get that out of there, get it dried off, and start melting up some little bars. Now we're going to pour this off into my waste container here. Transfer the gold out of this large beaker into this small 1 liter beaker. Carefully here. Okay, from here forward, we want to take steps to make sure everything that goes in this beaker is clean. We've spent all this time getting this gold to a high level of purity, and it won't take very much contamination to get in there and ruin it. So I'm going to stick this up on our stir plate here, so we can get that stirring. And I'm going to boil it in some hydrochloric acid here right quick. We'll take this down off the heat now, let it cool down, and then we'll rinse it with some hot water. Pour this hot hydrochloric acid off into our waste container here. Rinse it off with some water. Boil it with some water now, one time, and I'm going to get it out of there and get it dried off. Got a clean Corningware dish here. We're going to get a weight on it. Looks like we got 383.8. Now we're going to put our gold in here and get a yield. Alright, we've got our gold boiling in some water here. What I'm going to do is take and pour this off into our waste container here. And now, what I'll do is I've got a Corningware dish here. Stick that up on the heating pad and start heating this water here. And I'm going to transfer the gold to this dish that we marked earlier. Bang, it just all slid right out. Here it is. Now we'll set this in here. And we're gonna let this dry out real good. The gold is not fully dry yet, but I can't stand the suspense. I've been dying to try to pull one of these little 4-gram bars. some high purity gold. Nice looking little loaf there, a little bitty one. We got 8.7 grams. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp 999 gold and sreetips. There's not enough room to put all the other information on this little bar, man. It's pretty neat. What we'll do is we'll list that on the eBay store for sale. Alright, here's the finished little bar here. Came out pretty good. Nice shape to it. I didn't have enough room to put the weight and all that on there. I just put 999 gold sreetips. And it weighs in at 8.7 grams. Here's the gold powder. It's been dried. Nice blonde color. We got 483.7. 383.8. So we got 99.9 grams of pure gold in here. Here's our little bar. 8.7 grams. Alright, this was another fun one. We got to use SO2 gas to precipitate that pure gold powder. It came out really, really nice. I mean, it's got a nice blonde color to it. 108 grams of pure gold. I got this bar cast. Came out real good, man, for a tiny little bar like that. 8.7 grams. We'll put that on the eBay store and offer that for sale. And just a couple of reminders here. Thanks for the donations. You people that have been donating to my channel to keep me going here, that's greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Also, if you get a chance, go check out Dean on his YouTube channel called Tomoko's Enterprize. This guy knows how to cast pure silver. He does sand casting. He makes the molds and then he casts the shapes that he makes. My favorite is the UK, University of Kentucky emblem that he cast in pure silver. So go check him out, Tomoko's Enterprise. He's doing a project for me. I've sent him some silver and a chess piece, and he's going to be casting a pure silver chess piece for me here in the very near future. So when you go over there, make sure and click on the subscribe button. And one last thing here. Okay, one last thing. Please do not try to contact me on my eBay channel. eBay does not like their channel used for general information exchange, and especially if it's about buying or selling something that's not on their site. So if you want to contact me and ask me questions, my email is on my YouTube channel description page. Go there, click on About, and you'll see my email, and you can send me a personal email, and I'll try to answer any questions that you have. That'll conclude the video. Thanks for watching.